Okay, so this is the recap of Gotham. Episode is titled Selina Kyle, and it is episode 2, season 1. So for me, the episode is very film noir, gangster, reminds me a little bit of the old Dick Tracy show. You didn't feel that way?
It's gangster, it's not noir.
Okay. So there's 3 basic storylines. I'm going to hit the 2 easy ones, which are the reoccurring storylines, and then kind of go for the episodic ones. So the reoccurring storyline 1 is Penguin, who is hitchhiking with these guys that are jerks. They make a comment about how he looks like a penguin, and he like breaks a bottle and slashes a guy's throat. Then he goes, he's like trying to get back to Gotham. There's signs saying, Gotham's so many miles this way. He rents a trailer, and he tries to ransom the driver of the car, and the mom doesn't believe him. So there you go. So that's where the Penguin is. Second storyline, of course, is Bruce Wayne, who is being a weirdo, and we know that because he's listening to heavy metal. So clearly, he's not right in the head. That's what they had him do.
I listen to heavy metal.
I know, that's my point. But he's like putting his hand over a candle and cutting himself and burning himself. And so Alfred, who is quite feisty in this version, uses the word bloody a lot and gets angry, goes to see Jim Gordon, says, come see Bruce. Bruce, he goes and talks to him about, I don't know, Alfred's going to raise him. Apparently the theme is the kid gets to decide what to do. Sort of
works for me.
So there you go. So he touches, and Bruce wants to help out the kids, which is the main storyline. And so I guess he's going to give them some clothing. Anyway, our main storyline, we open up with this insanely characterized, caricatures of like the Christian Crusade out to help these kids, and then immediately like hits them with a pin and knocks them out. And Selina's there, who also is
Don't worry about it.
Future Catwoman, and she's being referred to, she wants to be called Cat, and she gets away, and one of the kids...
gouges the guy's eyes out.
No, that's way later.
Well, that happens.
Okay, so she gets away, another kid gets away, goes through a window, a bum gets shot, the next day Jim and his partner are there, and the body is not, he's just left alone, the police officer shows up, and Jim's like, hey, why would you leave it? And the guy's like, hey, I'm a slightly corrupt cop who's looking out for my best interests in the places that bribe me. And then Jim's like, hey, I am the young, naive, super enthusiastic, rule-following cop, and you shouldn't do that. And then his partner's like, hey, guys, just don't get me in trouble.
Meanwhile, the dead homeless veteran is like...
So anyway, they just want to be like, hey, it's all very over the top, which I'm okay with. It's the style of the show. Totally fine with it. They follow up on it. The kid that broke through the windows, like, oh yeah, they were stabbing people with a pen, and the partner's like, that just sounds ridiculous. And Jim's like, I think we should seriously investigate it. They find out Joker shows up again, and he's like, hee. They use something called ATP.
That's not the Joker.
Well, no, but he was like super like weird.
That's Edward Nigma. Enigma.
Is it not? Is it?
It's not the Joker.
Oh.
It's the Riddler.
Riddler. Oh my gosh. I know.
Who
I'm
am I
sorry.
married to?
I know.
I don't even know
I know. This is so embarrassing. Anyway, the Riddler comes in and is like, because who's the coroner? And he's like, the ATP. So they go and they investigate. You only see him investigate one place, and I guess these weirdo couple is working for someone called the Doll Maker, and is collecting children. There's a big shootout. They save the children, and so the mayor comes in, and he's going to fix things up by basically arresting all the homeless kids in town and shipping them away, because that's how Gotham rolls.
But instead, he sends one off to the doll maker.
No.
Kind of, but on accident. He didn't know about it.
Okay.
But that's what happened.
Anyway, what happens is the doll maker's minions show up. They abduct a bus that has Cat on it. They take him away. They're going to ship him away. Jim Gordon figures out what's happening in the nick of time, saves the kids. They're still going to ship off Cat, and Cat goes, I insist on talking to Jim Gordon or I'm going to make ludicrous accusations. And then she says that she saw, which she did, the guy who shot the Waynes. So, dun dun dun.
I don't think ludicrous is a word. And on that bombshell...
What?
You said ludicrous. That's not a word.
Okay. See you guys soon.